Hello everyone, I'm making this video to talk about the upcoming expansion of Star Wars The Old Republic. I keep want to call it Knights of the Frozen Throne, Knights of the Eternal Throne. I'm not gonna make separate videos for the trailer and for what's coming in the expansion, I'm gonna say everything here. So, the trailer, it's pretty good. It's high quality, action-packed, emotional, I guess, and it's also pretty long. So, you get your money's worth. I think part of me thinks that they should have invested the money into making the game better, rather than the trailer, but it's an awesome trailer, so there you go. Although I have a few nitpicks and one, I suppose, a regret, something that I wish we could have seen. So the small things are, why is Senya not older when Valen's older? She looks one way when Valen's a small child, and she looks the same way when Valen's an adult. The second little complaint, why is Valen blonde initially? Like, is it blonde girl equals good and black-haired girl equals bad? I don't know, it's not as bad as calling your bad guy Kane and your good guy Altruis, but still, she should have just been black-haired. And finally, there's this awesome lightsaber fight scene here, where Senya says, "Stay behind me," or something, and then the camera starts following her from behind with this low angle. It's almost as though it's the first-person perspective of Valen cowering behind her back or something. And I like that. And then the scene ends, and she turns around, and Valen's like a mile away. I'm like, oh, I feel cheated. And one thing I sort of regret not seeing, now Senya actually tells us about this trailer in chapter 7. She tells us briefly the story of her and Valen and the kids and how she left and so on. And her story ends by her saying that she tried to convince the children to leave with her, but they wanted to stay. They wanted to stay with Valkorion, and she was too weak to force them. And what we see in the trailer is immediately after Valen gets her mind blocked or whatever by Valkorion's ritual, she rushes to get her and Valen doesn't want to go. Now, are we supposed to think that after this whole fiasco, they just go back to living as though nothing has happened? And then she tries to convince the children to leave? That doesn't really matter. What I regret is I wanted to see that exchange between her and the children. Just a small scene that would expand their characters and help us understand their relationship better. I mean, the lightsaber fighting school, I wanted to see some more, I guess, character development, I don't know. Moving on. Now, the first thing you see on the website when you go there is pre-order now. So my first reaction was like, are they moving away from the subscription model and selling it like a standalone game, basically, or standalone expansion? And that's not the case. When you click pre-order now, it just leads you to the subscription page. So, if you see premium status or pre-order or whatever, that basically means subscription. Now, what seems like great news, though, is that all of the expansion, which is apparently 9 chapters, is going to be released all at once. I was really worried because the last expansion had 9 chapters released at once, followed by another 7 chapters released one per month, and you had to be subscribed during all these months to play the chapters on day 1. A lot of people stayed subscribed, so I thought they're gonna get greedy and they will start releasing all of the new chapters one by one. You have to be subscribed for each one to get it on day 1. Now, that could just be a marketing trick. I mean, several months down the line, they could just say, we've been working on these 6 new chapters or 7 new chapters that are gonna come one per month. But for now, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and say that that's the right business decision. The other new and exciting thing is that different chapters will have 3 difficulty modes. That is a very much needed change. I mean, once I just wanted to try out, and I went AFK with my healing companion fighting, and I could actually defeat Arkan in chapter 8 by just AFKing. That's the first fight. So something that I really need is a higher difficulty mode. Not that I'm that good, it's just that the chapters are incredibly easy. And the third thing that's interesting is this Galactic command system that's being unlocked at level 70. And these uprisings, what is that? Reading it initially, you see words like uprising, rising, erupting, and I thought that's something like world quests. However, these uprisings will be doable in a party. So are those just dungeons, flashpoints? I don't know, I hope not. I mean, it could be that the, let's call them world quests, are instanced, meaning you could decide whether to do them solo or in a group. I guess that could be it. But it sounds exciting, so if you have any more information, let me know. And other than that, it's the same old, same old. If you're subscribed from early on, you get Shae Vizsla as a companion. If you're subscribed from a bit later, you get this mount. and if you're subscribed all the way through, you get 3 days early access, and that's great, except for the Shay Vizsla part. You remember Nico Carr? Shay Vizsla is now in his shoes, and he played little to no role in the previous expansion, so is that the fate of Shay Vizsla for this expansion? We'll have to wait and see. And the rest is pretty much the same. Yeah, you're the Outlander, your choices matter, not really. 2 new planets, 5 more levels, a handcrafted story as opposed to random generated, I don't know. That is basically it. Release date is December the 2nd, or 3 days earlier if you got early access. And I think that was basically it. There is a list of all the chapters and a little summary of what's going to happen, so we can speculate when Kira Carson's gonna come back. Will she come back? I don't know. She may come back in those exclusive 6 or 7 chapters that are coming later. We'll see. Let's keep our hopes up for a good December and some good Star Wars The Old Republic content. And that was it. Thank you very much for watching, and until next video, stay tuned and be good.
Come with me. What happened to Thexan? Arkin. I should have stayed.
You were weak. You left us. You left me.